Today, on this Wednesday afternoon, the Stephen Lawrence Charitable Trust has announced that it's changed its name to Blueprint for All. So if you don't know what that means, I'm going to explain it the best way that I can, because I don't even have the words at the moment. The CEO for the Stephen Lawrence Charitable Trust released a video on their Twitter page announcing that they have decided to change the name due to a request by Doreen Lawrence, you know, the mother of Stephen Lawrence, because she's now for years she's not worked with the charitable trust. So they've chosen to change the name to Blueprint for All. And basically, the objectives and aims of Blueprint for All are to ensure that every single person, regardless of race, ethnicity, has equal opportunities. Now, here is where I have the issue.
I'm Sonia, Chief Executive of the Stephen Lawrence Charitable Trust. Today, I am both proud and privileged to announce to you all that we have rebranded. Our new name is Blueprint for All. Together, we can ensure that we do even more than before to offer tangible opportunities for everyone to thrive, regardless of race, ethnicity, or background. Because this is our blueprint, and it is a blueprint for all.
The issue is not so much that Doreen has said that she wants to have them change their name. My biggest issue is Stephen Lawrence was murdered due to being black. And I honestly feel that this change, not only just changing the name, but also changing the objectives, saying that you want to create equal opportunities for all, is really a slap in the face to his legacy. Because the truth of the matter is, nobody is oppressed like black people are oppressed in this country. In fact, not just in the UK, but in multiple different countries, black people are oppressed more than other races. To deny this fact is to deny black people the right to receive justice for the things that we deal with. I am very disappointed in Sharon Watson for being the CEO of this charity and then releasing a video like that, changing the name. Fair enough, change, rebrand all you want, but at the same time, how are people supposed to be signposted towards a network that does things like that? How are they supposed to realize, like, when you hear Stephen Lawrence, you automatically know who that is. You automatically know that he was an 18-year-old boy. Yes, boy, because 18-year-old is barely a man, who was murdered due to the colour of his skin, due to his race, his ethnicity. And then you want to erase all of that by creating equal opportunities for all, as if black people are on the same level as other races. Black people are more likely to be denied housing, loans. Even now in 2020, not a lot has changed. Not a lot has changed. We're talking about the Windrush generation who are still being kicked out. Just 2 weeks ago, there was a deportation that happened. People were deported back to Jamaica. And who was the primary targets of that? Black people. But now you want to create equal opportunities for all. And I am flabbergasted. I am really, this has really unsettled my spirit. It's really disappointed me that this is the route we want to go down. Despite the fact that black people are more likely to face oppression, more likely to face racism, where is the justice? Where was the justice for Stephen Lawrence? Where is it? Not all his murderers are behind bars. Only 2 of them are. And if you think their sentences are in comparison to his life that was lost, it is nowhere near. It is nowhere near. And for Sharon to sit there up in that video smiling, talking about she's excited about this new opportunity. Why are you excited? What is there to be excited about? It just screams that you're pandering, that you need to rebrand because maybe you need some money, and you realise that a charity that is dedicated towards equal opportunities for black people so they can get equity. That's what it screams to me. It seems like you're just pandering for money. Do you need money that badly that you would then just erase every single thing that you originally stood for? The erasure of Stephen Lawrence, the erasure of racism throughout this thing. And the truth of the matter is, white people have a plethora of opportunities out there. If they choose to not access them, that is their discretion. Yeah, that is their privilege. Black people are not afforded that same level of privilege to be turning down opportunities like that. They can, but we all know what happens when black people turn down certain opportunities. We all know this. So this blueprint for all, it screams all lives matter in a massive issue that we are still dealing with. Let me put some facts in this video for you, right? Black boys are 10 times, black boys are 10 times more likely to be stopped and searched. 10 times more likely, or should I say black people in general, 10 times more likely to be admitted into a mental health hospital. 10 times more likely to be pulled over while driving a car, because of course black people can't drive a car. When's the last time a black person has had justice? Do you remember a couple of months ago, back in the summertime, that black girl was found in that beach? And the police are trying to say that that was not even saying it's suspicious circumstances. They're trying to basically erase that whole situation. They don't even want to acknowledge that something else may have happened to her than what they're trying to claim. Yeah, what is this? What's this foolishness about natural business? What was so natural about a perfectly healthy black girl being found dead on a beach? What is so natural about that? Despite the fact that if you actually read the reports, she was on the phone to her boyfriend, and she was on the phone to her best friend. Because clearly she was worried about, and she told them to stay on the phone with her. And when she was found, I believe it was her trainers or something weren't found by her, weren't on her. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. How many frigging times must we have this conversation about how black people do not face proper justice for when things happen to us? Do you know how frustrating it is to read on a day-to-day basis all the things that happen to black people? Do you not think that people who have black relatives, who are black men, black women, etc., and particularly for black boys, considering this is what happened to Stephen Lawrence, he was murdered because he was dead, and do you not think that one day, there will ever be a day where a black man or a black boy doesn't have it in his head where he thinks, am I going to go out the house this morning, wake up in the morning and come home at night? Be able to come home at night. And do you not think that thought is in their heads all day, every single day? Of course, we black women have to worry as well. I'm not discrediting that. But for black boys especially, you think racism has gone anywhere? Do you honestly think racism has gone anywhere, and you want to do this stupid blueprint for all? Who are you pandering to? Who are you actually pandering to? Who are you helping? Who are you actually helping? Because like I said, they have charities out there for white people if they want to go to them. They still got the National Career Service. So I don't even have the words to describe how frustrated I am with this foolishness. And that a CEO who is a black woman who should know better about all the oppression that black people face. Black women, black girls, black boys, black men. All the things we face, and then you go and basically erase it all like this. You really go and erase it all like this? And you think it's acceptable? As if racism has gone anywhere? Has racism gone anywhere? Because if it has gone somewhere, then please let me know. Please let me know, so that when I wake up in the morning, I don't think, oh shit, what am I going to read on Twitter or Instagram about racist incidents that are happening? About police brutality? Oh, not reading racist comments on my YouTube channel or on Twitter, or not reading about how blah blah blah. It just keeps on going over all the freaking time. It just keeps on going. It's never ending. It is honestly never ending. And then you want to pander to people. That's exactly what you want to do. You want to pander to people. Stephen Lawrence was murdered in 1993. Almost 30 years ago. And can someone explain to me what has changed since then? Can someone explain to me what has changed since then? Because I honestly want to know. What has changed? What has changed in the UK since then? What has changed? Apart from a few fucking black people on the friggin' Arsehole TV? What's changed apart from that? And even that, black people on TV now, it just screams pandering as per usual. Oh yes, black people aren't making up that much numbers. Let us just put you in the TV shows. Let us just put you in advertisements. We are everywhere now, apparently. Apparently we are everywhere. I honestly am so disgusted and frustrated that I had to do this video. I was going to do a different video, but that's going to have to come tomorrow or maybe next week, because I just can't believe that they would do this. I understand Doreen backing off. I honestly understand backing off, because clearly something has disconnected between the two of them. But at the same time, for you to say that you want to create opportunities for all, as if there's not a plethora of opportunities for other races out there, it really bothers me. And you know those sort of opportunities are out there. You know they are out there. Racism and politics go hand in hand. Unfortunately, we would like to deny this fact, but it does. Racism and politics go hand in hand. And it just seems to me like you got this other agenda. You got this other agenda because you know that whole thing a couple of years ago about Blue Lives Matter. And now this all. I'm really not understanding how you think that's okay. I'm really not understanding how you think that's okay. Does no racism not matter to you anymore? Does it not matter to you anymore? I just think that certain black people align themselves the wrong way. I honestly do. Because I feel like you could have changed your name to something that still reflects your original objective, which was, raising awareness for Stephen Lawrence and, providing opportunities for black people, without having to rebrand so much that you basically are erasing his legacy. You really are erasing his legacy. And what about the opportunities for black people? Because do you honestly feel if you have opportunities for all that you are going to be able to provide for every single one of them? Because let's be honest, every race has their own cultural identity. So how can you say that you can provide for everybody when you know that black people typically tend to get pushed to the side? I'm just really not understanding. I'm really not understanding this at all. Like I said, apart from the Doreen Lawrence stepping aside, you could have just changed the name, but you could have kept the objectives the same. But maybe that's why Doreen chose to step aside, because she started her own foundation, and also because maybe she knew that she knew that you was not representing her son in the best way. So that's why. Because there's no other explanation. But go ahead. Go represent everybody. Go represent everybody. Even though you know all the struggles that black people face, go ahead and represent every race or body. Because at the end of the day, it's not Wunna is going to have to crawl into bed at night and think about what we've done. It's going to be you. And as you can see from the backlash on Twitter, due to your crassless decision, you clearly don't care, do you? Because you said you was excited, and I'm trying to figure out what was so exciting about that, about the rebrand, about the fact that you're going to provide opportunities for all. I'm trying to understand, where is the excitement? You're acting like a fucking 5-year-old who's going to the fair for the first time in their life. That's what you want me doing? And finally, you say that you want to create the change that society needs, but have you not figured it out yet? That the only way society will change is when the government wants it to change. Once the government acknowledges that racism does exist and that black people are the predominant targets, that is when society will change. When the government actually makes laws and actually enforce them, that is when society will change. That is when society will change. But your charity will not enforce that change. You know what change I want for society? Do you know what change I want for society? I want society where black girls and black boys can leave the house in the morning and come home in the afternoon or at night time after they finish school or university, and they can crawl up into their bed at night time and they feel safe and loved. And you know what change I want for society? I want them to get into bed at night time and feel safe and loved, free from having to deal with comments on their hair, on their skin tone. Your hair's too nappy, your hair's too dark. I don't want none of that. I want black boys to be able to be themselves, be free, and not have to hear comments about how they're too masculine or how they're too tall for their age, so they can't possibly be treated like children. And I want black girls to stop being labelled aggressive. Because you don't use that same language towards white women. They're called passionate. I also want black girls to be labelled passionate, because that's what it is. There is a difference between aggression and assertiveness. I want society to change so that black boys and black girls don't have their self-esteem dampened. Because why are you putting these disgraceful racist labels on children in the first place? Because that's what they are. They are children. And the way you label them reflects them for a long time. And this is what you don't understand with the damage that you've done with your name change. Because they will get denied these opportunities. They will consistently get denied these opportunities, and you cannot guarantee that you will give them the same level of opportunities if you are creating opportunities for all. So it's so disappointing that you chose to go down this road, this All Lives Matter road, when you know full well what is happening in the world. George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, the names keep going, they keep ending. They're never ending, in fact, they're never ending. I want society that is better for black people. But your aim to improve society is not better for black people, it's better for everybody. And fair enough. But you know that in order for society to be better for everybody, people would have to acknowledge that racism exists, and they don't want to. So that is it. That is the end of this video. I do apologize for not saying hello and welcome back to my channel, but this situation really infuriated me. It really infuriated me. But please let me know your thoughts down below. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and please share the video. Please share the video, because this needs to be called out. I'm sorry, it needs to be called out. Okay, I gone.